Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Well, hold on. Afternoon for everybody on the East Coast. It's morning here out in Los Angeles, California. So hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope y'all had a good, safe, happy Halloween weekend. And yeah, I'm ready for the Week 9 recaps. But first, let's congratulate the Los Angeles Dodgers on their third World Series since 2000. Well, they had one in 2020. They had one 2000. They had one last year, and then they had one now. So, but it's back to back. So, congratulations on them. And of course, yes, they had a ton of championships before that, but I think they haven't had one since 1988. So, congratulations for them. Um, let me see. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's give them some cheers here. Let's give them some cheers. Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. Get another one. Get another one. Yeah, congratulations. So, just had to show some love to the Dodgers, and I am going to the parade later. Hopefully, I can live stream that. I might go on the motorcycle. I don't know, but I will try to live stream y'all just to give y'all some recaps of the parade. It starts at 11, so hopefully I can get this stream done in time. So congratulations to that. But back to football, back to week 9. Let's start with Thursday night's game. The Ravens versus the Miami Dolphins. I know my screen says Los Angeles Chargers, but let's fix that. Let's see. I can fix that real quick. Miami. There we go. We already make mistakes. There we go. Miami Dolphins. All right. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how much. I mean, I had the Ravens winning, right? We had them winning easily because the Dolphins are going downhill fast. You know, sorry for McDaniels. His job is in serious jeopardy. He's not going to do any good. But I wondered how much of a difference Lamar would make coming back from injury, just because of how bad the Ravens have been playing lately. And as we saw, he torched them for 4 touchdown passes. He didn't even have to play the fourth quarter. And I'll get to that later as keeping their starters in later than usual, because my beloved Commanders, we have just lost our quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I'll get to that. But I just feel like when you know the game's out of reach, you got to take your big-time players out of there. But the Ravens left him in. It didn't matter. Obviously, he probably just wanted to get some reps in. But he torched the Dolphins. Easy win. Easy money. It's just all Lamar. And they're already chanting MVP. It's just amazing to see how much of a difference these quarterbacks make. They truly are the heart of the team. You know, a lot of times you can say, there's defense, there's coaching, there's this, which in my opinion, defense always wins championships. But you really got to see how much of a difference the Ravens can be. And it was only against the Dolphins. But hey, we've seen the Dolphins turn a new leaf. Last week, they played terrific. So maybe they could have built off that momentum and maybe spoiled Lamar's return. But, that ain't happening. Derrick Henry had a 100-yard rushing game. Lamar had 204 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 143 rating. I mean, it's just easy money. Easy money. So congratulations to the Ravens. Now the question is, do you think he can turn that around? They are 3-5 now. Do you think they have a chance to go to the playoffs? They pretty much, I'm not going to say win out. They could probably afford to lose one more game. But do you think they have a chance to make the playoffs? Because let's see, the only one they got to worry about is Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, I feel like they're already at the top of their division. Unless Baltimore goes past them, they can pretty much waltz in the playoffs easily. But how much of a difference is Lamar Jackson going to make? This We're already past the halfway point, So that's going to be a very interesting storyline to watch. And I hope they can turn it around. But that they just got to get past the Steelers because that division is terrible. Let's see who else they got. They got Cincinnati. They got Cleveland. These teams, those other teams ain't going anywhere. So we'll see. We'll see how Lamar's return is going to affect the Ravens' playoff hopes. Because if y'all remember, they were picked to win the Super Bowl. So obviously, I don't see them doing that now. But hey, they could make a deep playoff run, and if they can sneak in the wild card, hey, maybe Lamar can get over his playoff hump. I mean, his playoff slump. We'll see. All right. So who do we got next? We got the Falcons versus the Patriots. This game was a little closer than I expected. Just because. I mean, I knew, first of all, Michael Penix is the truth. As I said last week, this is not Kirk Cousins' team. Just the fact that when he came in to relieve, he didn't do anything. Now that you got Penix in there, he throws 3 touchdown passes. So look, 221 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. Only got sacked once. And then you have Drake May, who's been consistently playing well. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But at the end of the day, they pulled out a win. Close game. The Pats are still doing what they do. They're still at the top of their division. And let's see. Really, they just got to worry about Buffalo, which is, I mean, that's no easy feat, obviously. Some people are picking Buffalo to win the Super Bowl. So they are at the top of the division. They are going to be a solid playoff team. But they gotta worry about Buffalo. But I mean, kudos to the Patriots, man. I think they're the real deal. Drake May is still young, so we'll see how he can play when they do get in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, everybody knows in the AFC you got to get through the Chiefs and the Bills. But I mean, it's still very, very crowded after that. Like I said, you got the Broncos, the Steelers, the Patriots, the Colts, the Chargers trying to get their respect. I mean, it is a very, very crowded AFC. But the Pats are moving along. They are moving along. And then you got the Falcons. I don't really see them going to the playoffs, but I mean, their division, the NFC South, is very interesting. You got Tampa, you got Carolina against my Super Bowl pick, Green Bay. We'll get to that, but yeah, the NFC South is a very interesting situation. I don't see Atlanta getting past Tampa Bay, but they could, kind of compete with Carolina, I guess. But Carolina is, wow. I don't know. Just last week, I'm like, oh, they're just happy to be there. It doesn't matter. I expect Green Bay to win this easily. It is any given Sunday. This has been another week full of upsets. Any given Sunday. So, all right. So, but good game by the Pats. Good game by the Falcons. It just, the better team came on top. So, all right. Who we got next? Okay. Let's see. We got the Los Angeles Chargers. Not much to see here. Tennessee Titans, whatever. They actually had a respectable game. 20, 27, 21 first downs to 10 first downs. 118 passing yards, not good. 88 rushing yards for the Titans, not good. 131 for the Chargers. So, they move up to 6-3. Easy win for them, in my opinion, even though the score looks a little bit closer. They pretty much had the game under control. So, the Titans will be the Titans, So, yeah. It's we got to give them some boos here for the Titans. Yeah. So, FYI, these sound effects I downloaded last week. I'm sitting there talking and engaging with them, but they didn't even work last week. So when you saw me saying thank you on the last screen, it was because I was doing these applause, saying thank you, and of course it didn't show up. But anyway, easy win for the Chargers. Um, you know, they got that under control. So they're again in a very crowded AFC. So we'll see how they do. I don't trust Herbert, as I always said. I don't think he can win the big ones. We'll see how that pans out. All right, we got the Bears and the Bengals. This was a high-scoring, insane game. You got Caleb Williams throwing for three touchdown passes. You got Joe Flacco throwing for 4 touchdown passes with 2 interceptions. I mean, this was a very. I mean, you got to give it to Flacco, man. He always keeps it interesting. But that 58 touchdown pass to Colston Loveland was incredible. Caleb Williams is doing what he does. But Flacco was marching down the field. He threw he put them ahead, with the 9-yard pass to how do you say it? Andre Iceves. But at the end of the day, it was a very, very, very close game. And the Bengals are out of it, but the Bears are 5-3 now. And the NFC is pretty crowded too. You got a lot of teams fighting for a playoff spot already. So my question is, do you guys think the Bears are going to go to the playoffs? Even though they're 5-3 and they look like they got a good shot, it's still early. Do I feel like they can consistently do that? Caleb Williams is coming along, but at the end of the day, there's Blue. Blue hears some people outside. Gotta love the mute button. Obviously the Bengals aren't going anywhere, even if Burrow comes back, because Flacco's been doing a good. He's been being a decent backup. So but yeah. Do you think the Bears are going to the playoffs? Let me know in the chat, and I think I'm going to start uploading my chats on here so my 3 people watching can interact. But again, we building a stream. 9 weeks in is getting a lot better than when I first started, and I'm going to continue this stream after football season. So hopefully y'all get engaged. So yeah, good, wonderful game. This is a crazy game. But yeah, 42-47 for the Bears. I mean, that's like a almost a college. Well, no, I was gonna say a college basketball score. That's like a defensive score, but 47 points. Ugh. All right. And then we got. Hold on. As y'all have seen on previous streams, these neighbors' dogs, they literally just walk by our door and bark at my dog all the time. And they are the meanest little chihuahuas, or whatever the hell they are, poodles, you'll ever see. They are mean. They've attacked us. It's like, what? Just might as well kick them. I'm kidding. I would never hurt an animal, but these dogs are mean. So they always harass my dog. So anyway, back to the stream. We got the Colts and the Steelers. This is what I was kind of saying these past few weeks. I was waiting for the old Daniel Jones to show up. Now, I'm not going to say he's fully back yet. I was just saying it doesn't make sense. Daniel Jones Daniel Jones for MVP. It just doesn't make sense. He's been playing at MVP level. He's been playing. I was waiting for him to come down to earth. Not praying on his downfall. Congratulations to him. But I was waiting for Daniel Jones to show up. And this, to me, is vintage Daniel Jones. 3 interceptions. Got sacked 5 times. And the Steelers, they did what they had to do. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but the preview, it was showing people like saying RIP to the Steelers defense. They had a whole, I mean, these Steelers fans are ridiculous. They had a whole casket, and they were, you know, having a funeral for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I mean, I got to get some photos up. Maybe I'll get them on the next stream, but I mean, my goodness. I mean, this is ridiculous. So, but the defense came through. They gave a lot of pressure to Daniel Jones. They got 6 turnovers. So, they did what they had to do. And the Steelers won. And guess who is, let's see. I think guess who's at the top of their division? Pittsburgh Steelers. And Baltimore is 2 games back. Like I said, they can just waltz into the playoffs. But, you know, this was if the Steelers defense shows up, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to be 100% Aaron Rodgers. He can be old Aaron Rodgers, and the Steelers could make a deep playoff run. We need Tomlin to make a deep playoff run. We don't want them to be a regular playoff 1-win team or just make the playoffs and then just get bounced out in the first round. We don't need that. So if they play like this against a formidable opponent, because I'm not ready to say this is vintage Daniel Jones yet, even though it was today, I'm not ready to give up on him. I think he just had one bad game. I think he's still going to play well this year. But if the Steelers can do this against a team as good as the Colts, who have a rushing attack, who had Daniel Jones playing at a high level, they can march all the way to the AFC Championship as well. I mean, it's just a lot in the AFC that could happen, you know, any given Sunday, you know, and Saturday for the playoffs. So, yeah, we'll see about that. But they came through. They beat the Colts. And, yeah, it was a good game for the Steelers. So Tomlin, you know, let's see if y'all can carry this momentum, you know. All right. Then we got the San Fran versus the Giants. This is what I expected. Mac Jones, he did his thing. He threw 2 touchdowns. As I'm going to keep saying it, this is Mac Jones's team. I don't see them putting in Purdy. I just don't see them putting in Purdy. They're 6-3. Mac Jones is playing at a very high level. He's being consistent, and they're moving along, you know. And, you know, the Giants are kind of their rivals. So, you know, Jackson Dart did really good. He threw 2 touchdowns. He played. He did what he had to do. But no Scatterboo. And, you know, again, the 49ers are just a well-rounded team. Even with all their starters out, honestly, I'm not a Shanahan fan, but he needs to get Coach of the Year. He is winning with this team. And I mean, there's a lot of candidates for Coach of the Year. But this is amazing that San Fran can do this with all their backups and their main defensive players out. You know, they got Christian McCaffrey, obviously. But at the end of the day, this has been such a success story of a team working with their backups and just kind of, I'm not going to say working with nothing, but, you know, they're playing well and they're winning, and they are pretty much the only team to survive the injury bug. So I don't see them putting Purdy back in, you know, and they're going to march into the playoffs. They might not go far, but I think they're going to the playoffs for sure. So, all right. The Broncos. What can you say about them? They're another team that is kind of like the Patriots. The Patriots are consistent, solid, winning playoff teams. And I think the Broncos are too. Knicks is just remarkable. And this is one of those games where you would expect it to be an easy win, but they were behind. Even with C.J. Stroud, wishing him a speedy recovery, getting a concussion, the Broncos didn't really dominate the game. But at the end of the day, they won. Sometimes when you don't play your best game and you still win, you show that you're the real deal. The Broncos are the real deal. They are 7-2. Their defense is good. Their Bo Nix is a solid quarterback. I mean, Sean Payton did a good job. I didn't like him the way he treated Russell Wilson, but he has turned this whole team around. You got to give him credit and respect to Russell Wilson for calling out Sean Payton, But at the end of the day, man, it's looking like he's saying, "I told you so." I mean, the Knicks, the defense and Peyton combo is going to take them very, very far. Now, as I keep saying, is it good enough to beat the Chiefs or the Bills? We'll see. But I mean, I still can't believe the Pats don't face the Broncos this year. But if they do cross paths in the playoffs or something, that will be one of the best games to watch. So yeah, shout out to Denver, good job, and hope CJ Stroud gets better. But yeah, man, this was, I mean, Denver is serious. So all right. Oh, and here's another one. All right. So yes, I said this will be an easy win for the Lions. Yes, I talked a bunch of mess about McCarthy. Which, by the way, he won the game, right? He played to win, but his numbers aren't that great. 143 yards passing, but he did throw 2 touchdowns, and he even ran for a sick 12-yard run. So, hey, sorry for my McCarthy slander. I did not expect him to do well, especially against Detroit. And for the Lions, this is the same question I'm going to ask the Packers. Who are you? Who are you guys? You guys are supposed to be the best team in the NFC East. Or I'm not the NFC East, the NFC in general. What are you guys doing? They haven't been consistent. They're still 5-3. They're still going to the playoffs. But this game, they should have won it pretty easily. I mean, the Vikings don't have a consistent quarterback, and the team in general hasn't been consistent. They're 4-4. But Detroit, you're 5-3. There are some games you should have easily won. So this is why I could never really fully trust Goff, because I wouldn't consider this game do or die, but when the pressure comes, they fold. I hate to say it, the Lions fold. So obviously it's not over for them. Their season's not over. But you got a very crowded conference too with Green Bay, the NFC North, with Green Bay and Chicago making a march. So the Lions better get it together, because a lot of people have been picking them to go to the Super Bowl. I picked the Packers, but a lot of people have been picking the Lions, and they're not doing too hot. I feel like they haven't really been the same after that Commanders loss last year. But, I don't know. I don't want to talk mess about them. Shout out to the Lions. But, yeah, man, they got to figure it out and play more consistent, because Chicago and Green Bay, I feel like they might battle it out for the conference title, So, to be the leader of the NFC North. So, we'll see what happens, but Detroit has to get it together. All right. Oh, man. I was going to put money on this game. I said this will be such an easy win for Green Bay. This is the true definition of any given Sunday. Like I said, the Panthers exceeded all expectations this year. I didn't expect them to do anything crazy. I was like, they won a lot. They might get 6, 7 wins. They might even get 8 wins, and that's it. They'll be happy because they're building on something. But they're looking like a playoff team. They are looking like someone who can go to the playoffs. I mean, in Green Bay, what are you doing? What are you doing, Green Bay? Like, come on. This is another one. I mean, first of all, Bryce Young's quarterback stats were horrendous. But guess what? He managed the game well. They won. Dowdle, he took over as usual. 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the Panthers are finding ways to win. They are 5-4. This makes no sense. I was thinking they'd go 3-13 or 3-12 or 4-12. You know, like, and the Packers had no business losing this game. You know, I mean, but again, that's what you get for, you know, that's football. So, first of all, these are my matchup cards. They're not the NFL cards. I made these matchup cards. So I had to take off that little disclaimer up top. So, this is, I don't know what to say about this, but shout out to the Panthers. 13-16. It was a defensive battle. Had the same amount of first downs. Obviously, Jordan Love has more passing yards because he's just a superior quarterback. But no touchdowns, 1 interceptions. He only got sacked once. You know, Jacobs did all right, 87 yards, a touchdown. It's just the better team won. Well, I don't want to say the better team won, but that day the Panthers did what they had to do. Now, that's another question I have for you guys. Do you think the Panthers are going to go to the playoffs? I'm shocked. You know, I don't know how they even 5-4. I mean, I know them folks in Carolina, they're living it up, you know. But the NFC South, they pretty much only have Tampa Bay ahead of them, you know. And obviously, I don't think they're better than Tampa Bay. But if they beat the Packers, who knows who they can beat? I don't know, man. Like, any given Sunday, I guess. So, congratulations to them. But Packers, y'all got to get it together. And what I'm seeing is that there's no consistent, clear-cut leader of the NFC with the exception of the Eagles. So, Washington's going to be out because we just lost our quarterback again. Everyone else, the Chicago, the Vikings, the Tampa Bay, these people are fighting for their top spot. But I mean, the Eagles got the clear path again. They might go to the Super Bowl again. Honestly, I mean, if Green Bay doesn't get it together, the Eagles are looking very strong. You know, so that'll be something to look at. But I don't know what to make of the Packers. I don't know which one's going to show up. They're still ahead. They're still 5-2, still top of their division. But again, you got Detroit, you got Chicago, and you even got Minnesota who could turn it around and probably put up some upsets. So you don't know. You don't know the Packers. Get it together, y'all. That's another one. You know, honestly, this probably might be the toughest conference. With Chicago emerging as a good contender, when you got Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago, that could be a tough conference, the NFC North. So keep a lookout for that, you know. All right. And we got Jacksonville versus the Raiders. I will not slander Geno Smith today. He had a terrific game. Geno Smith had a terrific game. Okay, so at the end of the day, he threw 4 touchdown passes, 284 yards. They still lost, but he actually played like an NFL quarterback this year. I mean, this game. So Trevor Lawrence, he had a bad game. I mean, he threw for decent yards, 220 yards, but he threw a pick, didn't get a touchdown in. They didn't really. I mean, he rushed for 2 touchdowns, but as a quarterback, you know, I mean, he did what he had to do to win. He did what he had to do to win. So he is a winner, but his quarterback play is of course inconsistent. And maybe this isn't a good example. I mean, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, but then he's got 2 rushing touchdowns. It's like, and against the Raiders, I don't know. I thought he should have had better stats through the air, you know, in my opinion. But he got the job done. He won the game. The Raiders made it tough. They actually looked like a team yesterday. But Jacksonville pulled through, and wow, they are 5-3. They are 5-3. They're only second to Indianapolis in their conference. So, you know, and we're not even going to talk about the Raiders. They're 2-6. It's over with. Denver's top of that conference. But yeah, it'll be an interesting fight for the top of the AFC South between Jacksonville and Indy. Even though Indy's ahead by 2 games, you know, we got to watch the Daniel Jones play, you know. So, you know, but other than that, I mean, that conference isn't that interesting. You got Tennessee, you got Houston at the bottom. So it's either going to be Jack or Indy. So we'll see what happens. But they pulled through. Jaguars are 5-3. So and the Raiders are RIP to Pete Carroll's first coaching season. Do you guys think he's gonna make it? You guys think he's gonna make it to next year? I don't know. I love these sound effects. Please work when the stream uploads. Oh boy, it's getting late. I gotta catch that parade, y'all, but I got a couple more games to cover. It's all good. All right. We got the Rams and the Saints. Nothing to see here. 34-10, easy money. In my opinion. So, earlier in the stream, I did say the Eagles look like the clear-cut winner, but I forgot about the Rams, who I think are the most complete team in the NFC. So, sorry. I know the Eagles, they're ahead, but in my opinion, the Rams are the most complete team. You got a veteran quarterback in Matthew Stafford. You got Sean McVay. Their defense does what it has to do. And they let listen, I know the Saints suck, but they're still an NFL team, and they got destroyed by the Rams. And the Rams, if people don't put them on notice, they're gonna put themselves on notice. So look out for them. It would be a great matchup to see them versus the Eagles in the NFC title game. I have to give it to them. I mean, but not saying much against the Saints, but Stafford threw 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, 140 rating, QBR 70.9. I mean, it's the real deal. Kyren Williams, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, they're just complete, and their D is terrific. So, we'll see. We'll see. It might be a collision course between the Rams and the Eagles. So, all right. And would you call this game an upset? I thought, because Buffalo's defense was so bad, here's my formula, and it actually worked in the Bills' favor. If you have a top defense and you have the best quarterback in the league, all you got to do is hold a team under 3 scores or less, and you're going to win the game. I feel like that's the Chiefs' formula. You got Spagnuolo, you got Mahomes, and you got Andy Reid is a great head coach. You hold teams under 3 scores, Mahomes is going to pull through and win every time. But guess what? The defense did not hold Buffalo Bills under 3 scores. And the Bills defense held the Chiefs. It flip-flopped. So this is the winning formula. When you have a quarterback like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, all you got to do is keep the other team under 3 scores. That's all you got to do. And the quarterbacks will take it from there. So that didn't work for the Chiefs. They got it. And honestly, it's always been like this. I feel like the Chiefs have lost to Buffalo during the regular season, and then when it matters, the Chiefs win. Some people might not have liked the calls their past few playoff appearances against each other, where the Chiefs have gotten the edge. Some people might not have liked that. But this has been a consistent kind of storyline, is that the Buffalo Bills get the best of them during the regular season, and then the Chiefs come out and win in the playoffs. I still think the Chiefs are the best team. I think Spagnuolo needs to just tighten up the defense. I don't think Mahomes needs to do anything. He did kind of have a average game through the air, which is surprising because Buffalo's defense is terrible. So I don't know what to make of Mahomes not throwing a single touchdown pass. I still think he's one of the front runners for the MVP, obviously next to Daniel Jones and Josh Allen, of course. But it was very interesting to see him not throw any touchdown passes against Buffalo's horrendous defense. But they showed out. It's a rivalry game. They don't like each other. I mean, they respect each other, obviously. They love each other off the field. But on the field, this is one of the most intense AFC rivalries, almost like the Pats and the Colts back in the day. With Brady and Manning. So this is a rivalry game. Anything goes, and looks like the Bills got this. But if they face again in the playoffs, I would have to give it to the Chiefs. I just don't see the Bills getting over that hump. But their defense played well yesterday. So, nothing you can say. You gotta give them hats off. And they will meet again in the playoffs. They will meet again. So, We lost Jaden Daniels again. First of all you people comparing him to RG3, y'all better stop jinxing him. Stop it. Stop jinxing him. Do not. I rebuke him being the next RG3. I rebuke. So our season is done. We were already digging ourselves out of a hole. Jaden Daniels likely out of the season for the season. I'm sure the reports will come in any minute now. Man, I'm going to cry. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to cry. But I'm very sad inside. Very, very sad. So the stats don't even matter. Seahawks got this one easily. Sam Darnold played lights out. I mean, what do you expect? He threw 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jaden Daniels he did okay. He didn't have that great of a game, but the question is, should Quinn have kept him in there? I think he shouldn't have if the game was out of reach. But hey, they did the same thing with the Ravens when the game was out of reach. They kept Lamar Jackson in there. He threw 4 touchdown passes. He could have sat out the whole fourth quarter, and they kept him in there still playing. And Derrick Henry. So certain coaches like to keep playing their starters. I don't know why. I don't know. But everybody's going to say you should have taken Daniels out of there. And I agree, being a biased fan. But, I mean, most people don't do that. They get their quarterbacks in to give them as much reps as they can get because you're just getting reps, So, unfortunately, Jaden Daniels got hurt. He's out for the season. Very depressing. Coming off of last year. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. So, man, Seahawks marching away. We'll see how they can fare in the playoffs. Again, crowded NFC. Will they get past Detroit? Can they be better than the Bucks? Can they be better than the Eagles or the Rams? I don't think they're better than the Rams. Hell no. But Seattle's a solid program, and people are saying that Minnesota overreacted by letting go of Sam Darnold. I don't think so because I still don't trust him yet. But if he wins in the playoffs, he will be solidified as Seattle's starter, which, I mean, I don't see them finding another quarterback anyway. But we just got to see Darnold win in the playoffs. So I'm not going to crown him yet. But he has played excellent this year, and I don't want to take anything away from him. But at the end of the day, the news around the league is Daniels is out, man. So I think that was the last game. I think we got Monday night tonight. So I'll give you the recap for that and other sports news tomorrow. So hopefully y'all have a good day. On a lighter note, I'm going to go to the Dodgers parade. I'll maybe try to live stream from there from my phone to see maybe y'all can catch some views. Other than that, hope y'all have a good week, and I'll holler at y'all later.